go.
Let's roll.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Athletics and Wellness Center, the campus of Earlham College, as we bring you Quakers basketball right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. Great to have you with us on a rather snowy afternoon, but a good day for basketball, and we're getting ready for a matchup between two teams that really need a win. The Quakers have lost 5 in a row, and on the other side, the Grizzlies have lost 4 out of their last 5. This is the Farm Beer Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. Gerard, let me tell you what, there's no doubt about it. This reminds me so much of the women's game that was completed just moments ago. Both these teams find themselves in the lower echelon of the standings. Manchester, Franklin, Earlham all at 2 and 5. And you look at the teams ahead of them, they're 3 games behind those main teams of the top 5, but they're only 1 game behind in a playoff spot. So it really shows you how big this game is again here today.
And again, just like we said for the women, you have to take care of business at home. We saw on Wednesday the team failed to do that against Hanover. But I think you win this game today against Franklin, and the next 3 games are in – matter of fact, the next 5 games, I would say, are in favor of you to reach the playoffs in the tournament. You play the next 3 teams are teams that you either beaten, haven't played yet, but are on the lower part of the conference, and a Bluffton team that beat you in double overtime on the buzzer beater. And then you got the next 2 games at home. So if you win this game, that could start something in a favorable schedule for you. But, again, you have to take care of business on your home floor.
Well, the last time, speaking of on our home floor, business was not what we took care of, and the Quakers lost to Hanover 83-57 at a game not as close as that score may indicate. I think it kind of topped things off when you look at they lost the last 4 previous to that game, all 4 games on the road. What is the key ingredient where the Quakers all of a sudden just cannot seem to get this thing put together?
To me, it's team basketball. When we saw them play Hanover, we saw them have times to where when they played team basketball, everything went in their favor. They would score, get the shots that they wanted to, but then they'd go away from that and do isolation basketball or bad offensive possessions, and then Hanover just took advantage of that. I think if Earlham plays a solid 40 minutes of team basketball, a lot of the things that have gone wrong for them this season can turn around in a few games or so. Well,
let me tell you what, last time Franklin played, and by the way, they've again lost 3 in a row and 4 out of 5. They're 0-6 on the road. They lost, though, to Rose. Let's talk about comparisons here. Rose at home, by the way, they're very good, 6-1 as we said, but Franklin gave them everything they wanted. They lost in overtime 74-71. They were out-rebounded in that game, and they also turned the ball over a lot. But to stay in that ball game and only lose by 3 against one of the top teams in the conference shows you that Franklin, too, if they can play decent basketball, they can stay right in there with the best of them.
I think, but if you also look at the Earlham side, Transylvania, who was 5-2 and up there with the upper teams, Earlham lost by 1 on the road. And so I think both these teams, if they play like they played against the upper teams of the conference, who knows where these teams could be come playoff time for the conference. But it starts today.
Well, they do, by the way, speaking of Franklin, they give up nearly 79 points per game, so they know they're going to have to shore things up defensively here today. They don't shoot the ball particularly well, only 43% overall, 31% from three-point range, and average 37 rebounds per game. Sam Gutierrez leads the team in scoring at 13 points per game, Cale Morris at 12.3, and Danny Goggins at 12.1 points and 6.9 rebounds. But the one thing he pointed out to me a couple of moments ago, their top 2 scorers are not starters. They're coming off the bench here this afternoon, barring if they're not injured, and I don't see any injured players out here right at the moment for the Grizzlies, so they will bring those 2 guys off the bench.
What it seems like is the starting 5 that takes care of their business, and then you want really good sparks coming off the bench, and if you got your 2 best scorers off the bench, it seems like that they don't start the game, but they'll definitely finish it.
All right, 2, again, teams that need a win here today, and they'll battle it out coming up in a couple of moments. Stay right there. We will come back. Starting lineups are next. This is Earlham men's basketball right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
All right, we're back at the Athletics and Wellness Center, and Gerard, let's go ahead and get these starting lineups as we get set for today's matchup.
So we'll start with the Franklin Grizzlies, a 5'10 junior from Bourbon, Indiana, number 10, Jordan Anderson, a 6'1 junior out of Attica, Indiana, number 15, Borden Kennedy, a 5'11 freshman out of Anderson, Indiana, number 30, Benny Patterson, a 6'5 sophomore out of Indianapolis, Indiana, number 34, Danny Goggins, and a 6'5 junior out of Millen, Indiana, number 44, Kyle Meyer. And the start five for the Earlham Quakers, 6'3 junior out of Gary, Indiana, number 0, Kenneth Stalling Jr., a 5'10 freshman out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 2, Anthony Phillips, a 6-foot sophomore out of Muncie, Indiana, number 12, Jamel Barnes, a 6'4 senior out of Indianapolis, Indiana, number 35, Darrell Hutchinson Jr., and to round out the start five for the Quakers, a 6'10 freshman from Osgood, Indiana, number 45, Connor Hubbard.
And the one, by the way, we do want to mention there is an injury of note for the Quakers. Isaiah Ware, the senior out of Indianapolis, in his street clothes today, he will not play, so the Quakers will be just a little bit short in their depth in the backcourt here this afternoon. Today's game being brought to you in part by Best Western Classic of Richmond. If you're looking for a place to stay in the Richmond area, make sure you check out the Best Western Classic. You get the most amenities available, including indoor pool, fitness center, conference space, free buffet breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and of course a clean, quiet, comfortable room. Best Western Classic of Richmond, 533 West Eaton Pike. Well, after today, the Quakers will be back out on the road. This has, again, been kind of the tough stretch of the season. You consider they went to DePaul, Kalamazoo, Transylvania, and Rose. They come back for 2, and then they go back out on the road again. After today, they'll go to Defiance, Manchester, and Bluffton, as you mentioned a couple of moments ago. This is really a tough stretch between December the 17th and January 23rd. They're on the road 8 out of 10 games. That's brutal.
That is.
By the way, when Q Rucker gets in the game, you're going to swear he's either Darnell Hillman or Artis Gilmore, as for the first time this year, Mr. Rucker has the fro going, and I think it looks really good. I had hair like that. I'd do that myself.
Maybe he's trying something new. He's played with the cornrows before, so maybe let's see what he plays like with the fro. Which one's better? You
told me off the air you had the fro one time.
I had a fro one time. Yeah. I got rid of it now.
Did you have a fro when you were wearing the helmet? Does it fit in there okay? Or
no, I did not have a fro when I had a helmet.
Okay. Always curious when I see players with all that hair, how it fits in there.
No, when I wore a helmet, I had no hair.
We'll get off the hair conversation, I guarantee, but I can't wait till Rucker gets in the ball game because you'll notice, I guarantee. All right, here we go. Goggins out of Cathedral High School, excellent basketball program in Indianapolis. We're going to re-jump it for the Quakers. Connor Hubbard getting the start. Gives the Quakers great size. Boy, you look at his upside for the Quakers, and you have 3 more years with him. By the time he is a junior and senior, how he could really be a very dominant big man for the Quakers.
And he's gaining so much experience in his freshman year that will serve him so well in his later years.
Hutchison with a quick turnaround on the baseline gets the Quakers on top of this one, 2-0.
And Hutchison has been playing so well this past few games.
And when we were here last time, we kind of thought maybe if they would just give him a little more screenage once in a while, he might get open more. Patterson misses the shot. Franklin able to get the offensive rebound. That was Goggins once again. I mentioned Franklin off that overtime loss to Rose, hoping to step in here, get a win, but there's a turnover and a steal by the Quakers. Jamel Barnes out of Muncie Central High School. There's your big guy inside, but misses that one a little bit too hard as Hubbard unable to come up with the easy basket. Ball loose coming out at midcourt. We have all kinds of bodies all over the place. And they may have called a jump ball right there, and possession error will stay in favor of Franklin unless they called a foul.
No, I think it's a jump ball. But I think Earlham just likes the hustle that the team has just showed so far.
Well, Earlham, by the way, when you go back to the last game, it was a close game at halftime. It was the beginning of the third, or I should say the second half, that really hurt the Quakers.
Yep. And we'll see if they learn from the mistakes that they made Wednesday and use it in today's game.
Franklin with 13 on the shot clock.
Good steal.
Another turnover by the Grizzlies.
Already 2 steals by Barnes.
Good reversal. That is Hutchison. By the way, Kerry Prather in his 36th year at Franklin. That is Hubbard. Left hand jump hook, no. I at least like that he tried it.
So far throughout the season, we've seen a lot of times where Connor would catch it and just immediately throw it out.
Franklin trying to get on the board. They're almost 2 minutes in. They haven't scored as of yet, but boy, they've turned it over again. Here is Stallings back the other way. Layup good, and Earlham on top of this one, 4-0. Already 3 turnovers now by the Grizzlies here in the first half.
And 4 points off those turnovers.
Phillips out front. Stallings. Yep, there's Stallings with the takeaway and the sort of dunk at the other end. And Coach Prather needs a timeout as his team has turned the ball over now 4 times here in the first less than 4 minutes. A 30-second timeout on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Quakers lead at 6-0.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with comprehensive auto repair services that include car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. You'll be hard-pressed to find the same level of expertise that our auto mechanic specialists provide. For a high-performing vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, call 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Well, good start for the Quakers here this afternoon as they force now 4 turnovers and a foul called on Phillips. So Earlham able to turn those turnovers into points early. It's kind of odd watching Franklin there early. They just so unsure of themselves this early in the ball game, which is rather unusual.
And again, just like we said when we covered the women's game, they're passing to where they're at and not where they're going to be, and that's what's led to so many turnovers. Oh, don't touch it.
Darrell's going to go to the free throw line after yet another turnover. That's 5, and we're still at 17:27 to go in the first half.
Could be a long game for Franklin if they keep turning it over at this pace.
Boy, that's Coach Prather again in his 36th year. Probably has seen some starts like this, but it doesn't make it any easier no matter how many times you may see it. Borden Kennedy will come in, a junior out of Seeger High School. Coming out of the ball game will be Benny Patterson, the freshman from Tri-County High School. And he's hearing it from Coach Prather.
Well, it's never how you want to start a game off, but especially on the road.
Yeah.
Like, that just makes it that much harder to try to get a rhythm to come back.
So the freshman point guard is out. Now it's Kennedy running the show for the Grizzlies, down 8-0. Near turnover again as the Quakers off the double team at the top. 13 on the shot clock. Here's Kennedy with the basketball. Now spins in the lane, dumps it down. Baseline shot way off the mark as Goggins not even close on the shot. Quakers chance to get into double digits here in their lead in the first half.
And so far, every offensive possession Earlham has had, you've got multiple passes, team ball, and they're getting the shots and looks that they want.
There's a foul before the shot. That'll go against Cale Morris, who has checked in, the 6'3 junior. He's out of Frankfort, Indiana, played at Clinton Prairie High School. They have reset the shot clock to 20 off the foul. Entry pass off the inbound, nearly given away by the Quakers, but they'll regain possession. Here is Barnes down the lane. Missed it, tips it up, and scores. It's a 10-0 lead.
Well, if you're Coach Polykoff, you couldn't have asked for a better start from your team.
Exactly. And a lot of energy right now for Earlham. Still scoreless Franklin basketball. 16-13 to go. Kyle Meyer has also checked in. Meyer, 6'5", out of Milan High School. Trying to give the Grizzlies some life here in the first half. There he is right there, and he misses. And the long rebound by Goggins. Grizzlies able to get a fresh 30. And there's another turnover. Wow, there is now 6 turnovers in the first, less than 6 minutes of play. Well, for whatever reason, this Grizzly men's basketball team just hasn't gotten off the bus yet. They're still out warming things up. That's a moving screen. Boy, the big guys just got to stand still. You can still set that screen and make the move where you want to go, even if you wait just a second.
Mm-hmm. All you got to do is just hold your place for just a quick second. It's up to the guard to use the screen properly, not the big.
So it'll be Grizzly basketball. Boy, he got away with a push right there. Kennedy with that left forearm. And right now, this Grizzly offense looks, as we used to refer to it, discombobulated. They just can't get anything rolling. And finally on the board at 15:07, the jumper by Kennedy. And there's their first 2 points. It took them nearly 5 minutes to score. At this pace, they'll only get 2 for, 8 points a quarter. That's if they score at the end of the first half, and you split it up in 5-minute increments.
Good pass.
There you go. Oh, come on, big guy. Finish that thing. Hubbard unable to finish it. The Quakers get it back.
Seems like he could make up his mind if he wanted to dunk it or just shoot a layup.
We've got a whistle, and looks like we may have a 3-second call. Is that a foul? It's going to be a foul on the Quakers. Who did they get here? They got Hubbard for number 2. So Hubbard has, you know what? Again, and it's easy for me to say up here, but if you're going to tell me, listen, if you're going to dunk it or you're going to lay it in, what are you going to do? I'm dunking it.
Exactly.
At 6'10", no way I'm not going to dunk it. So don't even let it come into my mind.
But whatever you're going to do, you can't have your mind unmade while you're in the air.
Exactly. By the way, there's Q Rucker in the ball game on the guard. Turnaround shot no good. Rucker tried to get the rebound, but sneaking in there, Jamel Barnes. Now, doesn't Rucker look like Artis Gilmore? Huh?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Darnell Hillman Darnell's hair was a little more fuller than Q's, but Q's doing a pretty good job with his. 9 on the shot clock. Here's Barnes. And they got a foul. Outside official calls that. Coach Prather didn't like that call. He had an official underneath that didn't blow his whistle. We're going to see changes on both sides. Here's Barnes at the free throw line. 13:48 remaining here in the first half. Again, there's not a huge crowd here today. We had the winter storm warning, probably keep a few people at home, and those that are getting ready for the big playoff games coming up later today. And I know that you're excited about that.
Exactly, playoff football.
Love it. A little snow out there in Kansas City, and then, of course, later they'll shift it out to Los Angeles. I don't think they have any snow out there. They were looking at rain perhaps, but conditions should be okay for that playoff game. Second free throw is missed by Jamel, and another turnover by Franklin.
I think that is Barnes' third or fourth steal so far in this game.
And now 6 turnovers. Blake Bonin is checked in, as has for the Quakers, number 20, Thomas Sanborn. That shot good. Hutchison. And it's back to an 11-point lead now for the Quakers.
But I think we've seen so far with Earlham that team offense that we talked about against Hanover. I haven't seen a selfish play yet so far to start out the game.
Yeah, they've played much better so far. There's your young man from Milan. That is Kyle Meyer. Yeah, their offensive sets have been much better, haven't they? They just seem to be a little crisper, not forcing anything so far.
Mm-hmm. And if they keep that style of play up, they won't have too many problems scoring the basketball.
Hutchison setting the screen for Sanborn. Skip pass deep in the corner, 8 on the shot clock. There is a 3 on the way. Now that may be the one set it didn't quite work out as Barnes' shot in the corner is off the mark. Grizzlies basketball, and they're going to get Darrell on the foul as Matt Krause out of West Lafayette, the 6'5 freshman, off the drive. Coming out of the ball game will be Patterson. Looks like the starting point guard, Benny Patterson, is in. Take that back. Kennedy is leaving Patterson in. And Stallings is in, and Jamel Barnes will take a seat. 12:27 to go in the first half. Off the inbound. Shot good. Gutierrez, the team's leading scorer, getting on the board. Gutierrez off the bench, a sophomore out of Tipton.
And first 2 seconds in the ball game already has a bucket.
Yep. So they get offense in the ball game as Blake drives, looks to go to Rucker inside. Blake will get it back, still 13 on the shot clock. Rucker off the entry scores.
Now that's beautiful offense right there.
Yeah. Start wasn't great, but the finish was pretty good.
Yes, they made the extra pass to get a great shot.
The tip up and a whistle on the foul. So Franklin will go to the line. Right now, very active, Kyle Meyer. Meyer at 6'5". You know, he looks like he might be a little taller than 6'5". Sanborn, they have listed at 6'5". Doesn't he look bigger than Sanborn?
He's definitely bigger than Sanborn.
Yeah,
maybe an inch taller than Sanborn. I'd say about 6'6".
How about 6'6 and a half? Give me another half.
I'll give you that.
Thanks. Now Q Rucker, he is now 6'6". When you measure,
hard to tell with the fro right now.
Well, if you measure the fro, he's 6'6". So second free throw by Meyer. Quakers lead it by 8. So coming into the ball game, Peyton Mills out of Newburgh, Indiana, played at Castle High School down in the southwestern part of the state of Indiana. Quaker basketball, 15-7 lead, got out to an 11-0 lead in this one here this afternoon. Quakers with 14 on the shot clock, being very patient, and there's another moving screen. This time they got Rucker. You know, the one thing, and it's not much, I think what they do a lot of times is they kind of lean into that screen, and if they just and then the guard really needs to come off his shoulder a little tighter so he doesn't lean.
Yeah, that's just a tough play. But you're right. A lot of the times the guys just that little lean, and the refs have made it a point this year that they're not going to allow the lean no more. So,
shot in the lane there by Jordan Anderson. And now the lead down to 6 as Franklin's starting to play a little better. There's a floater and a miss. Rucker the tip. Blake Bonin couldn't get the first one, and now the ball loose at midcourt off the outlet pass. And I'm not sure that what Franklin was doing on that outlet pass, who they were looking for. It looked like that may have been Ismail Jones. There's that number 22. Take that back. That's Sam Gutierrez on that outlet pass. Jamel Barnes is back in. 10:55 to go here in the first half of play. There was a foul called They have now clarified that call, and we're waiting to see. I'm not sure who the foul was on. I thought he said 24, but there's not a 24 out there. That means Alex Topolovich would be playing, and Alex no longer with the team because of injuries that he has suffered. They put it up there yet? They have not put it up on the board. Ball loose. Franklin nearly turning it over.
I think it was just a jump ball because the possession changed back to Earlham.
And the way he was holding up the fingers looked like a foul call, but nothing. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Gutierrez from 3, the catch and release. And it's a 3-point ball game.
I think you understand why he comes off the bench.
Yeah.
After seeing his production since he's been in the ball game.
13-point average. Sanborn entry pass to Rucker. Rucker losing it. Turnover Quakers. Boy, just like that, after the early lead, they have a chance to perhaps tie. Gutierrez once again will get the screen from Kraus. Kraus the step out. His shot is good from 3, and just like that, this game is tied at 15. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Franklin coming back to tie this one at 15.
Our community, it's where we live, it's where we work, it's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Well, believe it or not, Earlham at one point had an 11-0 lead, and now they've been outscored 15-4. And all of a sudden, it's a tie ball game. That was about as quick of a comeback as you're going to see, because they did that in relatively short time. You figure they got their first basket at almost 15. It is 9:56 now. They did that in 5 minutes.
And if you're Coach Polyakov, you can't be happy with the defense your team has been displaying the past few minutes. Franklin's got a couple of easy buckets, a couple of good shots by Gutierrez that you just live with, but also on offense, they're going back to the turnovers. And we see a good steal by Phillips, way to get it back.
Yeah, back-to-back turnovers. Barnes the floater, and there to clean it up, Hutchison off the miss. Each team with a turnover in those first 2 possessions following the timeout. And this young man right here, Borden Kennedy, having a real tough time at the point. I'm not sure he's a natural point guard, though.
I don't think so either. But I tell you what, Phillips is a natural defender.
He's
making it tough.
Yeah, there is the shot on the way, no good by Kennedy. Rebound Rucker. By the way, Kennedy took a shot to the face on that last possession from Phillips. And there's another turnover by Barnes. Kennedy with the steal, and the left-hand layup almost rolled out on him. But he's able to score. How many turnovers the Quakers have now?
They have 6 following that turnover. So now the turnover battle is back to even in a way.
Yeah, it really is. Here's Rucker. Quakers playing so well early, it's called come back down to earth now.
Again, it goes back to those lapses that Earlham always has.
Yep, and Rucker missed the 3. And Franklin decides, let's just throw it out of bounds. And you can hear head coach Kerry Prather 3 times yelling possession, possession, possession. And he's right.
Yes.
Yeah, you had no fast break there whatsoever. Let's just get in the half court and work at it. You
exactly.
know, that'll drive you nuts. And I'm surprised he's been in for 36 years. I'd have been out in 36 minutes. Some of the turnovers we've seen today, man. Because there was just no reason for it.
No. And your half-court offense has been working for you the past few possessions. So why? And again, you didn't have the numbers. So don't try it. Just walk it up, set your offense up.
Phillips will put it inside to the big guy, Hubbard. He can't finish it. He does run it down on the baseline. Again, Hubbard is, looks like we have a whistle on the foul. Hubbard's very raw offensively, and And, you know, at Jack Sandell, which is a small school, you can do a lot of things at 6'10", that you're not able to do in college basketball, and he's got to really refine his offensive game.
Yes, he's going to have to learn how to control it. When he gets the ball under the rim, he doesn't really know how to go up with the soft touch. As you've seen, he just launches a lot of his layups, and that's why a lot of them are too hard. He's going to really have to work on the softness of his game.
Barnes misses from 3. The Quakers have seen their shooting percentage now drop below 40%, currently 37%. And now Franklin has a chance to take the lead, but why not? Let's give it back. You know, if it were around December, we always talk about it's a giving time of the season, but we're a long way from Christmas now. We've got another 11 months, and they're giving like it's Christmas now. That's 10 turnovers.
10 turnovers.
Now, if my math is correct, we're talking about at least 20 now for Franklin. That's a lot of turnovers. Phillips nearly turned it over. Here's Barnes. And Barnes carried it. He got off balance on that baseline.
And the pretty offense that we saw from the Quakers to start out the ball game they've struggled to being able to.
What's that crowd mic right there?
They struggled to find easy shots, and now Franklin is starting to smother the Quakers on offense.
Yeah, Quakers have just, I don't know if they put down, what is the Quakers scoring drought? Over 2 minutes?
Yep, and 5 turnovers in the past 5 minutes.
8 on the shot clock for Franklin. Jump hook in the lane. Good. There is Peyton Mills. And Franklin has battled back now to take a 2-point lead. And
the way Franklin started this ball game, if you're Earlham, you cannot be happy with how quickly they've gotten back into this ball game.
6:43 remaining in the first half. Like our crowd mic, the Quakers have fallen off the edge of the glass here. They just cannot get anything going offensively. Here is Stallings. His shot's off the mark. Down to 35%.
They can't get anything at the rim. Franklin's defense is now at the point they're preventing all drives, and Earlham settling for 3-point shots.
Gutierrez will find Anderson. Yeah, that was off from the very beginning. And as Hubbard falls to the floor, a foul call against 42 Peyton Mills. Now it says New Birch, Indiana, but that's actually Newburgh, Indiana. So coming into the ball game will be Matt Krause, and leaving will be Goggins for Franklin, and what we would consider now to be kind of a low-scoring first half of play.
And again, the way the game started off, Earlham was on pace to maybe have more than 40, but they have hit that drought and are struggling to find ways to score the ball.
Well, there's another turnover by Hubbard. He's going to have to really take his time.
Yes.
He got triple teamed right there instead of chinning strong. He kind of just let it go, and the Quakers have turned it over yet another time.
And that is 8 turnovers by the Quakers. And you said it right. This offseason, Coach Polikoff is really going to have to work with Connor on the softness of his game.
You know, he's really not bad footwork-wise, but really kind of hurries himself as Peyton Mills kind of took him to the woodshed on that play.
And it just seems like in high school or growing up that this shot by Barnes, that nobody really worked with Connor on his game, and he's limping right now.
Yeah, he's really hurting right at the moment. Franklin leading it by 2 with 5 minutes to go here in this one, in the first half. And you know who's kind of smells blood right there is Franklin.
Yes.
Mills knew he was injured. There's a shot by Gutierrez for 3, and we've got a whistle, and they're going to check Hubbard out to see if he's okay. I think that's the case. Or they call a foul on him.
A foul on him.
Wow. So that's going to give the basketball back to Franklin because they said that happened after the shot. And Hubbard just picked up his 3rd.
My question is a good shooter like Gutierrez, how was he so alone on that shot? It wasn't like a quick catch and shoot. He caught it, looked to pass it at first, and then realized how open he was and then hit it. But
yeah,
that's just bad defense you cannot have for the as a Quaker.
Well, now my question is, that is the 7th team foul on Earlham. I wasn't sure because I thought that foul happened after the shot.
It did. So what would happen after the shot is the basket will count, and it should be one free throw.
Well, let's see what they're going to do right here. If the two officials on the near side, they will get together, and it will put.
Yeah. In a situation like that, since the foul happened after the shot will count, and you'll get one free throw.
So now Franklin a chance to take a 5-point lead. This is now turned into a big turnaround here for Franklin as that free throw by Mills is good. He's going to get another.
Oh, I guess they're doing the one-on-one at the college game.
It is a little hard. I thought maybe with that foul, but with it being the 7th team foul, I thought they were going to get the ball. They would get the ball back if it weren't a 7th team foul.
It really should be one shot in how that rule works, but I guess since it is a 17 foul, they're doing the one-and-one. But
this is now a 26-8 run put together by Franklin. And we've got a foul call on Gutierrez on Blake Bonin. So let's think about that. Quakers had 11-0. They've scored 8 since the 15-minute mark, and they've been outscored 26-8.
And they started out on fire, and now they can't find the bottom of the net anywhere.
Yeah,
they're turning the ball over.
Yeah, 38%. Yeah, they almost turned into Franklin. Franklin turned into Earlham.
Exactly. They can't find anything towards the rim. All of their shots have been 15 feet away. Franklin has done a very good job on the defensive end of not allowing Earlham to penetrate the paint.
This is Anderson travels with it. That's their 11th. The Quakers have 9 turnovers following that last turnover by Darrell Hutchison. 4:12 remaining here in the first half of play. So Quaker basketball. 4 turnovers in the last 5 minutes. Here's Rucker. His jumper's no good. Gutierrez with the rebound again. A little frustration there for Jason Polikoff. Is what happened to this Jekyll and Hyde team so good early, but now there's another turnover by Anderson, and Jamel Barnes will lay it up at the other end.
That is Barnes' 4th steal of the game. He's done a very good job on the defensive end. He just needs his team to help him out on the defensive end.
Patterson back at the point. Again, I'm just wondering, I don't think he's a natural point guard, but they've got him playing there.
No, he's not a natural point guard.
At least he seems pretty uncomfortable. Yeah. Gutierrez.
Maybe he's not a natural ball handler.
Yeah. That's going to be blocked. Gutierrez.
That's a good defensive possession.
Gave it up to Krause, and Krause unable to score.
Shot.
Here's Jamel for 3. Can't get the roll. Tipped by Rucker. Goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Quakers.
Great hustle by Rucker, and that was not a bad shot by Jamel Barnes. It happened within transition. Good extra pass by Sanborn. He got the wide open look he wanted, just couldn't hit it.
2:58 to go in the first half. You know, I go back to Franklin's offense. It was bad, and then it went good. Now it's bad again. It's like a roller coaster.
This time they're bad with the lead because Earlham's offense isn't much better.
No, yeah, they're struggling too.
That's a good high-low right there.
Foul called in the ballgame for the Quakers. Elijah Galloway, the 6'5 freshman out of the Bronx.
That was a really good high-low right there.
And that was a great pass, too.
Yeah. Well, it was a good job sealing his man off. Galloway did a great job sealing his man off. And Franklin had to foul him in order for that play not to work. So 1-1.
Peyton Mills, by the way, picked up his 2nd foul. Well, the free throw's missed. 5-point lead. Gutierrez off the drive, kissed it off the glass as well, and scores.
You definitely understand why they don't start Gutierrez. He's just that spark off the bench. He provides that scoring load off the bench. And as you see, since he's came in, he hasn't gone out. So he might not start, but he plays the minutes of a starter.
Exactly. Rucker traveled with it.
Yeah.
Here's Sanborn in the corner. 3 no good. Quakers struggle again.
They just cannot find the bottom of the net.
You know what's amazing about that stat number right now for Franklin? They're shooting 58% now. They couldn't hit the broadside of a barn at the beginning of this game, and now they're
remember,
58.
At the beginning, it wasn't missed shots. It was
Turnovers, yeah. They weren't even shooting the ball.
Exactly.
That shot way short by Colin York. Under 2 minutes to go.
Good
Nice
pass.
pass, yep.
There you go.
Layup good by Phillips. Give the assist to Blake Bonnet. Back to a 5-point lead.
Now you just have to find a way to get some defensive stops. And Gutierrez is the main guy you have to stop. Gutierrez is 4 for 4. Hasn't missed.
Phillips at the line. By the way, live stats throughout the ball game on GoEarlham.com if you'd like to follow along there and see how each team is doing individually and as a team. Quakers down by 6. This turns now into a 17-point swing. Phillips back out. And returning to the lineup for the Quakers will be Barnes. And now it's a 7-point lead. I would have never guessed the Quakers would be down by 7.
I pictured Franklin getting back into the game. 1, not this quickly, though. And 2, good shot. And for Earlham to be down by 7 already.
Blake with the 3 off that screen. Back to a 4-point lead. 1:14 remaining. We're going to attack down low with the left hand no by Kyle Meyer.
Good defense by Rucker.
Blake off the dribble. Here is Galloway, long, and boy, that should have been a rebound there for Thomas Sanborn. Patterson.
He had it.
Yeah, he did. Gutierrez. 19 on the shot clock, still 45 in the first half. In the corner, 3-pointer the way. That's no good. Mills can't get it to fall. Quakers in transition. Here is Barnes, and he's going to get fouled. That'll be Borden Kennedy.
But if Barnes hits these 2 free throws, you're down 2. And as bad as you guys have played the past 10 minutes or 12 minutes, because you guys started off the game very well, to end the half within a single possession, you're not happy, but you'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. It'd been kind of a strange one. First thing that kind of went through my mind was thinking about this game was the girls' game, the women's game, as well as 2 teams that they looked like they were 2 and 5 at times, didn't they?
Yeah. But then the way Franklin got back into the ball game, you understood why they took Rose to overtime, because they were scoring the ball pretty easily.
So a 2-point lead. About a 3-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. We're down to our final 21 seconds here in the first half of play. There's Rucker with a block as Meyer tried to spin.
Still got 10 seconds. But you got to go now. You're waiting too long, Blake.
Yep, he's at 5.
You waited too long.
Not well executed at all. Mid-court shot, no. And, Quakers didn't finish that one out the way they would have hoped to. But, again, they started out this ball game with an 11-0 lead. But at halftime on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Franklin leading Earlham 30-28. Stay right there. We will come back with your first half numbers in just a few moments right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
Wish me luck, wish me luck. We've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. For most people, it takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com. It is halftime here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Welcome back. Let's go ahead and talk about the first half numbers. But before we do so, a reminder, today's halftime report brought to you by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week, you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50. Every Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Tuesday, the oven roasted chicken. And Wednesday, the turkey breast. Treat yourself at Subway. For locations in Richmond and Hagerstown, Subway, eat fresh. All right. Gerard, I see some numbers on that screen that are really concerning. Maybe the first one is the Quakers shooting just 37% in the first half. So the shooting department really hit south. The second number is the amount of turnovers we've seen, 12 by Franklin, and the Quakers with 9. Give me your assessment of what you saw in the first half overall.
Well, we saw the hot start by Earlham, started off 11-0, ended up getting up 15-6. And Franklin, that's where a boatload of their turnovers came. I think they started off with 7 turnovers. And then Earlham really became stagnant on offense. They couldn't find a way to get to the basket, so they settled for a lot of deep shots. And then Franklin started to get a lot of easy buckets, and Gutierrez came in and provided the scoring spark. And again, Earlham is within one possession. You're not happy about it because of the hot start you got off to, but you'll take it compared to – because Earlham got down by 7 points in the first half. So you'll take it. You're not happy about it, but you'll take the 2-point possession.
The scoring-wise, Gutierrez had 10. He led all scorers in the first half. Mills with 6, 3 by Krause, 6 points by Kennedy, Meyer with 3, and Anderson with 2. Quakers, Hutchison had 8 points. The thing is about Hutch, only 3 shot attempts in the first half. You're talking about a guy that's a double-digit guy. Don't you think you've got to get him more looks than just 3?
I think so, and especially because the past couple of games he's been actually playing his best ball of the season. And knowing that, Hutchinson has got to get more looks on the offensive end. I feel like they need to go to him a little bit more. And, he's 3 for 3, so he hasn't missed today. And the way he's been playing the past couple of games, I think as an offense, you should run it through him. Yeah. Let him make the decision. If he gets doubled, pass it out. If he doesn't have the look, pass it out. But if he's got the mismatch or if he's got the match he wanted, let him go to work. And so I think in the second half, if I'm Earlham, I'm running my offense through Hutchinson.
Stallings had 4, Phillips 2, Barnes 9, Hutchison 8, Rucker 2, and Blake finished with 3. But as we said, Darrell only 3 official shot attempts in the first half. And by the way, Hubbard, the one player who's in foul trouble with 3, he was 0 for 5 shooting in the first half. So you got to try to get him going as well in the second half. So there you have your first half numbers, brought to you once again by Subways of Richmond and Hagerstown. We're going to check out to the college basketball scoreboard going on this afternoon. 2 big NFL playoff games coming up today as well. Stay right there. Your halftime report continues right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft-Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond. After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com.
Hey, this is Steve, and out of Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads daily. They serve great food priced for family budgets. And whether it's one of their homemade grinders, salads, or pizza, there's sure to be something for everyone in your family. Our baking process may cost a little more and take more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1161 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
Back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Thanks for being with us on this Saturday afternoon. Let's go and check out what's going on in college basketball this afternoon. #1 Duke. They're at about the 4-minute mark now, losing to #13 Florida State 72-71. #4 Virginia, a final over Clemson 63-43. #8 Texas Tech about to beat Texas 64-57 late in the second half. Louisville, they go to #12 North Carolina and beat the Tar Heels 83-62. Ole Miss upsets #14 Mississippi State. 81-77. Number 15, North Carolina State, a winner over Pittsburgh, 86-80. Also, Buffalo ranked 19th. They beat up on the Red Hawks of Miami, 88-64. It was Kansas State upsetting number 20, Iowa State, 58-57. Iowa's now leading number 16, Ohio State, in the second half, 40-36. Also in the second half of play, it is number 21, Marquette, and Seton Hall tied at 60. They're at about 3:40 remaining. And number 25, TCU. They're winning on the road at number 23, Oklahoma, with about 1:40 left in the second half, 71-69. Women's college basketball, and all these games are now underway, but no scores thus far. Number 4, Baylor's at TCU. Michigan at number 9, Maryland. Number 11, Texas at number 20, Iowa State. And Portland at number 14, Gonzaga. There's actually one NBA game going on right now as Detroit leading the LA Clippers 27-20 in the first quarter. And don't forget NFL playoff action. We're about 35 minutes away from the kickoff of the Colts and the Chiefs in cold Kansas City. And then later tonight, Dallas and the Rams getting underway at 8:15. We're at halftime here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. There you see it, Franklin battling back from an early deficit, but they have the lead here at halftime, 30-28. This is Earlham Men's Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sport.
We check them better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of the serious-minded athlete, including all ages and skill levels. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Their trainers use a variety of effective workout plans based on your specific goals. New Vision Sports, 977-5831, or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters, a division of Richmond Power and Light.
Well, we're back once again here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Gerard will try to give us a little more luck in the second half. He will run us down through the next 20 minutes of action. That always gives me a chance to show off my basketball knowledge as I move on to the color commentary in the second half. You've learned a lot from me, haven't you?
I have.
You fake it well, Gerard. You fake it well. Good job. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what to expect in the second half.
I don't know either. I will say I don't expect the same kind of start we had to the first half, but you never know what could happen.
No. Yeah, you're looking at two teams that I think, again, you don't want to fall to 2-6 because that's a long hill to climb still.
And both teams coming in knowing that, you know, that this will be a well-fought second half. And Earlham starts off with the basketball and nearly turns it over.
And by the way, Rucker getting the start for the Quakers because of the foul trouble that Hubbard has been in with those 3 fouls. So Earlham a smaller lineup to begin the second half.
But I think with Rucker in, he provides better scoring than Connor does. So he can provide a scoring spark for the Quakers. But we've seen a quick miss by Earlham and a foul by Jamel Barnes to start out the half for the Earlham Quakers. So not the start Polykoff would like to see.
Well, yeah, and you're right about Rucker from a scoring standpoint. But I'd like to see him, because of his experience, maybe be a little more consistent in what he does on both ends of the floor, because you would expect that from him.
You would expect that from him, especially coming from a junior college.
Yeah.
And junior college is not that much difference at this kind of level. So we'll see if his experience can help the Quakers in this half in a big game like this. Stallings Jr. with the drive, finds Phillips and nearly steals it, but Phillips gets it back. Hutchinson with the mid-range shot, airballs it, and rebound by Goggins of Franklin. And Kennedy will bring it up. Finds Anderson on the wing. Looks to take Stalling, and Gutierrez starts off the second half instead of on the bench. And number 42 for Franklin, Mills gets the hook shot to start Franklin off with the second half, 32-28.
Well, and that's a size advantage. Again, Mills, they list him at 6'5", might be a little bit taller than that, and he's able to get down there inside against Rucker, where they really couldn't do that much against Hubbard.
And that's the factor that you miss about Connor. It's just he's 6'10", and he's got a big body. So, and Hutchinson gets blocked by Goggins. Gutierrez with the Euro step and the layup. And we got a timeout by Earlham College, 34-28. Franklin College with the lead with 18 minutes to go on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management and scoreboard, and we will be back.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation, and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
Welcome back to the Athletic Wellness Center, Earlham College men's basketball. Earlham trailing 34-28 with 18 minutes to go in the second half. Phillips brings up the basketball for the Quakers. Finds Stallings, top of the key. Phillips gets a screen by Hutchinson. Hutchinson looking for Phillips. Now a screen. Rucker will take it to the basket and gets blocked by Mills. Rebound by Phillips, and he is fouled with the and-one. Phillips will go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. And if you ask me, that was a big bucket by Phillips right there, because if Franklin pulls down that rebound and comes down and gets another bucket, all of a sudden they may find themselves down 8 or 9 instead of 4 right now.
Yeah, it was big simply because Rucker got his first shot blocked by Mills, and for Phillips to get in there, and he's a lot smaller.
And you like that from your guards to get the offensive rebounds.
Exactly.
Goggins down low. Anderson shoots the three-pointer and bricks it, but rebound by Mills. We got a stoppage.
Well, then now the question is, did it hit the rim? And I'm not sure it did, but they reset the shot clock.
And it seems like to the official it didn't, because if it did, I don't know if you stopped the game.
Well, he bricked that one pretty bad.
He did.
I don't know how it could have hit the rim, but.
And they reset it to 10.
Well, there you go.
So Gutierrez coming off the screen, gets double teamed, finds Kennedy. Ooh!
Oh, the foul bailed him out.
Barnes fouls Anderson on the three-point shot with 1 second to go on the shot clock. And if you're a fan of Earlham, you were hoping the clock went off before the foul, but the refs got the foul first, and Anderson will go to the free throw line for 3 free throws.
Well, you know as well as I do, when you think about that, let's challenge the shot. You know the shot clock is running down. You don't necessarily need a block, but what are the odds he was going to make that?
And you know what? If he does make it, good shot, my man.
Yeah.
You know, because, again, you can hear the crowd. They're counting down the shot clock for you.
Yeah.
And if you're 25 feet out with 1 second, just put your hand up. And if he hits it, good shot.
Well, that's a huge mistake there for Jamel Barnes.
And Anderson hits 2 of the 3 free throws, so 36-30, 17 minutes to go. Phillips brings it up, sets up Earlham's half-court offense. He finds Rucker. Hutchinson at the top of the key, trying to do a high and low. Rucker catches it on the block, picks up his dribble, doesn't have a move. They find Hutchinson on the wing.
That's he stepped out of bounds.
I think
he stepped out of bounds, came back in, was the first one to touch it.
And that's what the ref called it.
Yep.
But I do think if you step out of bounds and you re-establish yourself in the game, you're allowed to touch it. But
he apparently didn't feel he did, huh?
Anderson with the drive nearly loses it to Barnes. Drives, crosses up Barnes, and hits the 2-point shot. May have gotten away with the push-off, but nonetheless, the refs don't call it. Anderson hits the 2-point shot. Earlham's now down by 8. And we have a timeout by Earlham. And
we're going to keep it here.
Keep it here.
I've got to ask you, and I've been watching, just kind of quietly watching the Quaker offense the last 2 times down the floor and watching Darrell. And I keep wanting to see him get some help. And he's been playing on that perimeter a little bit. And there's nobody setting a screen, and then even when the ball went down to the low block, he didn't dive in to try to get the ball. I'm kind of curious, again, what are they doing with him on the perimeter that is going to make a big difference to the Quakers offensively? And when I look, still is only 4 shots.
And, I mean, that's a good question because we know Darrell can hit a mid-range shot.
Yeah.
But a lot of Darrell's effectiveness comes from the low block. And I personally don't understand why they have him out there so much. If you ask me, I would switch Rucker and Darrell and let Darrell try to get some work on the block. But Polyakov has some reasoning behind what he's doing. I personally would like him to see him down on the block. Or if you're going to have him on the perimeter, as you said, set a screen for him.
Yeah.
Because he can hit that mid-range. Or have him drive to the basket. Either way, he should be getting involved a lot more than what he is now. And
I can let me just say one thing. If I were out there with you, I'd set screens for you.
And I would set them back.
I think it's all about trying to help each other out. But boy, Darrell, I just sometimes feel like he's on an island by himself. I'm going to watch him a little bit again in this possession.
Blake Bonin checks into the game for Barnes. Nearly turnover. They get Hubbard down low in the block, but he passes it right back out. They find Darrell for a mid-range shot, and rebound by Hubbard, and misses the layup. Sanborn was out of bounds, and it was a good shot by Hutchinson. Normally he makes that, and if you're Hubbard, that's a layup you have to make. It's that softness we were talking about. He just doesn't have that in his game.
Yeah, he's going to really have to work on that part and just learn to lay that thing off the glass.
That, and it seems like when he gets it around that paint area and there's a bunch of people crowding him, he tenses up and he gets kind of scared.
Yeah, he gets really nervous
like
down
he wants
there.
To get rid of it so quick. Good baseline move by Mills. He'll take Hubbard to the basket and score. And now Franklin now has a 10-point lead, 30-40, with 15:26 to go in the second half. And foul by
Mills.
Franklin's Mills. And right now this is a crucial time for Earlham because they cannot let this lead or deficit get away from them.
Well, when you watch Mills at the offensive end, you could see his experience, the way he positioned himself, and then once he backed Hubbard into the lane the way he did, Hubbard couldn't pick up his 4th foul, so he basically had to stand there, and Mills did the right thing. And
that and the way he backed him down, he used the rim to his advantage, and by using the offhand. He used the other hand as a shield from Connor. So you could tell he has experience in the low post. Good pump fake by Phillips. And another and one by Phillips.
Boy, I tell you what, Phillips, I know he's only, 6'1", maybe? 5. Well, they listed him at 5'10", but when they use him down there, he's got more points down there than anybody.
I've been saying it all year. I love the way he plays. I love his tenacity as a guard. And Phillips gets the free throw to go. 7-point lead for Franklin. And another stoppage in time by the officials.
Well, they were looking at the shot clock. I don't think they started it on time because if that only took 2 seconds to go from here to there, then we might be here another 6 hours.
A lot of troubles with the shot clock today, huh?
Well, I think they ended up just watching the game, forgetting to turn it on and off.
Kennedy with the missed shot. Rebound by Franklin. Number 20, Morris. Goggins tries to take Hutchinson. Doesn't have anything. They go inside to 44, Meyer. He'll try to take the big man. Up and under, off the mark, but gets his own rebound, goes right back up, and Connor picks up his 4th foul, and then his frustrations boils over as he picks up a technical foul, and I think at this level that also counts as a personal foul. So Connor just fouled out of the game. Or does it? Does the technical?
Well, yeah, because that's 2.
So he fouled out.
Yeah. He got the foul, then he got the technical, so he got 2 and 1. He got the bonus deal at Walmart.
Connor's frustrations of today's game just boiled over at that moment. He felt he didn't foul him. The refs felt he did, and he smacked the ball. You know,
and generally, I think in all the years I've been doing this, the referee never goes up and says, "Hey, listen, Connor, I'll give you that one back."
No.
If you like. I know you're a little upset. Let's just take that one away.
Well, as a big man, a lot of times you're going to feel that you're not getting the calls that you deserve. And as a player, you can't let that affect you.
Yeah.
You have to keep a straight mind and just keep playing. Every big man gets fouled that doesn't get called, but you cannot let your frustrations boil over, because in a time like this, that's 4 free throws that Franklin is going to take, and if you make all 4 of them, you're down 11. So it hurts your team in a big way at this moment in the ball game.
But have you ever seen a player say, "Hey, yeah, I did that"? I mean, how often do you see that? They never make a foul.
Yeah, everybody complains nowadays. And, that's a freshman mistake.
Well, he's got plenty of time to think about it now.
Yep, because, again, he fouled out, so he's out.
Yeah, we're at 14:39, so that's an early foul out.
And now Franklin makes 3 out of the 4 free throws, so they find themselves up 10 again. And with now Connor out the game, Franklin has the advantage in size for the remainder of the game.
That turns now to a 21-point swing.
Yeah. Bonin will be fouled driving on the baseline.
When I watch Bonin drive Blake in that situation, if I'm a defender, I'm not so sure if I'm on the opposite side. I know he's not going to shoot it probably. I'm going to step out and take that pass away from him.
Yes. If I'm guarding Blake, I'm playing him for the drive. I'm taking his shot away. Mid-range shot by Darrow. Missed. Rebound by Phillips. He missed the layup. Rebound by Rucker. He finds Sanborn. Phillips gets fouled by Gutierrez. And so far in the second half, Phillips has really been good on the offensive rebounds.
Yeah, well, he's been the best.
Yes.
I watched Darryl shoot it. I think if I'm looking at Darryl, I'm thinking I got to get you 15, 16 shots a game.
Yes.
Because I think right now he came up short because he's only shooting once every maybe 6 or 7 possessions down the floor.
And knowing the type of production Darryl provides you on the offensive end, he should have more than 6 shots in 26 minutes of action.
Well,
he's played 23 minutes. He should have more than 6 shots.
Yeah.
Bonin at the top of the key. Screen set by Rucker. Finds Phillips on a tough pass, and Phillips another and one. That is his 3rd and one in the second half alone. And so far in the second half, Phillips has kept them in this ball game. You take away his production, Franklin's up by 15 plus.
Yeah. I'm not sure how the pass even got in there in the first place. There was
a
huge crowd.
Good pass and a good finish by Phillips, and his three-point play cuts the lead to 7. Now you got to get some stops.
Yeah.
You haven't stopped Franklin. Myers down low, guarded by Rucker. He will use his size and miss the float and miss the layup. Rebound by Sanborn. He finds Phillip. And Bonin looking for Rucker. Rucker's looking to attack Myers. And a blocking foul on Myers that should send Rucker to the free throw line for 2 free throws.
Now Rucker, a guy we talked about earlier, he's got really good potential, no doubt about an athlete that he is, but his inconsistency has kind of hurt him a little bit. He's been in and out of the starting lineup, but there's no doubt about, well, of course you got to hit free throws, but there's no doubt about what he can do if you can just find him in his right comfort zone.
3-point shot by Gutierrez, fouled by Phillips, and 1. So now Gutierrez has a chance to make the 4-point play. Phillips slaps him on the hand, and that's a big shot by Gutierrez.
And that can be a really big momentum killer, too. I know there's still 13 minutes to play, but you just came up with a nice play at the other end, and it's just like giving it right back again. And there's a rare 4-point play. You know what would stop that fouling? Is if you gave the player not only the 3 points on the bucket, but you gave him 3 free throws, too.
I think people will be afraid to contest on that one. Sanborn matches with the 3. 47-39 with 13 minutes to go in the second half.
But can you imagine giving up a 6-point play?
No.
I guarantee people would stop going for that block out there.
Yeah, I would, too. Anderson with the mid-range. Rebound by Hutchinson. He'll bring it up. Finds Sanborn in the corner for another 3. It is good.
Wow.
And back-to-back three-pointers by Sanborn. Now cuts Franklin's lead to 5. And that's a great answer by Sanborn and the Quakers. They really needed those.
Yes, he's a heck of a shooter.
Yes,
just doesn't get as much playing time. He's getting more lately, though.
Yes, he is, and well-deserved. Missed layup by Franklin. Rebound by Rucker. Finds Phillips for the outlet pass. Good pass to Darrell. Darrell with the layup. May have got fouled.
They're going to get a timeout, I do believe.
Yes. Timeout Franklin College. A quick 8-0 run by Earlham, 44-47. 12 minutes to go on the Wesley-based Wealth Management and scoreboard, and we will be back.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994. For over a century, Richmond Power and Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power and Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power and Light. Together we make powerful partners.
Welcome back to the Athletic Wellness Center. Earlham College basketball. Earlham trails by 3 with 12 minutes to go. Earlham is on an 8-0 run in the past minute and 8 seconds. 2 big threes by Sanborn and a fast break layup by Darrell Hutchinson. And they've gotten stops the past couple of possessions, and that's what's allowed them to get back into this ballgame. And Earlham needs to continue that kind of defense.
I only wanted you to see how Gerard was feeling during that timeout. Watching Florida State.
Ugh. Horrible defense. 2-point shot by Mills for Franklin pushes the lead back to 5.
You know, people saw what was going on behind the scenes at times, huh?
Yeah. I mean, whoever watched that play, it was just horrible defense.
Now, does that make you? Were you just watching it as fun? Or are you a Duke or Florida State fan?
No, I was just watching it for fun.
Okay.
But I like good basketball. And seeing terrible defense to end the game like that is just Bonin will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
I would just hate to see if I don't know who your favorite team is, but I don't want you to get too upset.
I don't get upset who loses. I just get upset when it's bad basketball.
I hear you.
Bonin makes the first free throw, cuts the Franklin lead to 4. 11:39 going to second half. Hits the second one, 49-46. Kennedy brings it up for the Grizzlies, guarded by Sanborn. And if I'm Franklin, look to go back to Mills because he's had a very productive second half in that paint. Screen set by Mills for Anderson. Anderson at the top of the key. Down to 3 seconds on the shot clock. And somehow squeezes his way through 2 Earlham defenders for the layup. And if you're Earlham, you can't have that happen.
Well, they had him right down to the end of the shot clock, too.
Darrell on the drive. Doesn't find anything. Sets the screen for Bonin. Thought about the shot, but didn't have it. Darrell will drive. Sanborn will take the mid-range shot, and that rainbow shot hit nothing but net. Keep looking for the man.
Well, Sanborn looks like an all-conference player here in the second half.
It's a rainbow shot. You couldn't even hear the net. Good pump fake by Mills. Hook shot good for Mills. Pushes the lead back to 5.
And you're right earlier, Mills is the man right now.
Yeah, 14 points, 6 for 6. You think about it. Mills and Gutierrez combined have 30 points, 12 for 12 from the field.
Guess who you go to more?
Yes. Good pass by Bonin. Darrell drives and gets fouled by Mills. And if that is on Mills, that is his 4th. And that is big for Earlham because it gets him out the game for a little bit.
I got to ask you now, the little semicircle's right there, and I'm not sure where Mills was, but why didn't somebody slide over? He knew Darrell was coming down the lane and just take the charge.
That is a great question.
Thank you.
Guys do not take charges no more.
Well, you could see, Darrell had the basketball well above the circle.
It's not hard to take charges because you know once a guy starts to drive, his momentum is going to take him forward.
Yeah.
And especially Darrell, as soon as he got that ball, he had his mind made up. He was going to attack.
Yeah. And so all Mills had to do is slide over.
Yeah, he had to have been inside the circle. If not, then film session tomorrow, harping on it, take that charge.
Yeah.
Darrell hits both free throws, cuts the Franklin lead back to 3. Myers came in for Mills for Franklin during the free throws. Kennedy at the top, guarded by Sanborn. Finds looking for Meyer down low. Meyer spins on Rucker. Tough shot, but gets his own rebound. And one. Fouled by Darrell Hutchinson. And those are the plays that break your back. Because you get the miss, but you just do not get the rebound.
Yeah, and Rucker had Meyer pushed out away from the basket, and then Meyer did that little fake and got Rucker in the air, and once he missed it, though, he was in great position to put it back, and Rucker was out of position.
But then it goes back to ball watching. Darrell got caught ball watching, and once he realized it was too late, got the foul and the and one. Myers hits the free throw, 56-50 with 9:44 to go. Bonin on the drive, finds Rucker, goes under, and he gets fouled. Foul is on number 44, Myers.
Well, and Coach Polikoff now talking, we'll see if they might pressure the basketball a little bit right here, too.
Rucker hits the first free throw, and that is Myers' 4th foul. So now both their bigs each have 4 fouls. They both come out the game. Number 34, Goggins, comes back in for Franklin. Rucker hits both free throws. 4-point lead for Franklin.
Well, unsurprisingly, Earlham doesn't put any pressure on the basketball. I think the way as shaky as they were earlier, they are prone to turning the ball over.
Yeah, and We haven't seen that many turnovers this half.
No.
Or have we? Yeah, Franklin has 0. Earlham has 3. Travel.
Nope, 3
3
seconds.
Yep. by Franklin.
That may have been Goggins. Goggins got inside
Goggins,
and got camped in there, and by the time he threw it back out, he stood there and watched.
It was Goggins, yeah. So a turnover for Franklin gives the ball back to Earlham. Earlham has a chance to cut this lead to a 1 possession. Rucker gets it, goes on the attack, and gets the layup to go. 54-56 with just under 9 minutes to go. And, folks, we are in for a tight finish. Anderson off the screen, looking to attack, didn't have anything. And can't find nobody, but finally finds Kennedy. Goggins sets the screen, off the screen. Mid-range jump shot is off the mark, rebound by Rucker. And I think that's the experience, Rucker, we were talking about earlier, starting to kick in.
That's right.
Good hesitation by Bonin, finds Hutchinson on the wing. Missed mid-ranger by Hutchinson. Anderson on the fast break. Finds Goggins, and good layup.
And not good transition defense.
No, it was 3-on-1. Never want to have that happen. Phillips goes back to Rucker. Bonin finds Sanborn, looking for Hutchinson. He drives, and just like we talked about, what did we just say?
Was he inside the circle,
They said
though?
he was in the circle. That's
I don't know about you. Listen, I'm kind of old school on this. I don't like this whole circle thing. I think there can be a charge inside that circle. Plus, I think that's hard for an official to look at that and try to watch that play and then see where the feet are and everything, too.
Well, the way I've always looked at it is, what's the difference between the foot it takes to be in and out?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, but now we've got in college circles, we got the half circle, and then if you're in a place where they play high school basketball, you've got another circle inside that circle, and pretty soon you got so many lines on the floor you can't tell what's going on.
Exactly.
Because in the high school game, the other three-point line is right at the top of the key and around.
Yeah.
And then if you play volleyball, you got the volleyball line.
And I'm not sure what's going on.
Now, we were too enthralled with my determination to tell you there's too many lines on the floor. Or you can see I don't know if you've ever seen Colorado State's basketball floor. They got the horns on the floor now.
Yeah.
That'll make you dizzy watching that thing if you're.
Colleges get so creative with their floors now.
Yeah, they do. You've got.
But also at the Division I level, you don't have to worry about that because usually volleyball teams get their own gym.
That's true. That is very true.
Franklin up 3 with 7:45 to go. Goggins down low trying to take Galloway. Misses the hook shot. Rebound.
They're going to say Franklin stepped out of bounds. Yeah. I'm not. The thing is, it looked like two players had hold of the basketball at the same time.
It looked like both of them had the possession at the time, and both of them, to me, were out of bounds as well.
Well, they did.
But, hey, they called out of bounds. Earlham basketball trailing by 1. 3-point shot by Phillips off the mark, and ball off Franklin, and it will go back to Earlham. 7:28 to go, 58-57, and if I'm Earlham, I'm attacking the rest of the way because Franklin's in the double bonus.
Yeah, they are.
And then if I'm especially going to Rucker and I'm going to attack Mills because Mills has 4 fouls. And Mills has been hurting Earlham on offense this entire game. 3-point shot by Bonin. Good.
Wow.
God. What a shot. That quick release you talked about.
Oh, man. Hey, that's hard. And you know what? Because of his size, he's had to learn how to do that.
Yes.
But that's crazy.
But yeah, hell of a shot. And a bad foul by Phillips. I like the defensive aggressiveness, just mind on the reaching.
Yeah. No, that's number. They said that is his 4th. Oh,
they have it 3rd on the board.
Yeah.
And they have it 4 in the stat book, so maybe it is his 4th.
Well, you can buy him 3 minutes
minutes,
here. Yeah, and then you can get him back. I think there is some discrepancy in what foul it is. They want to make sure they got that right because you said there's 3 on the board.
And 4 on the stat sheet.
Yeah, official stats do say 4. The public address announcer said 4. And that's going to put Gutierrez, one of your better free throw shooters, at the line.
And he hasn't missed today. 1 and 1. He hits the first one. So they changed it on the board. He's got 4.
Okay.
But if I'm Earlham, double bonus the rest of the way. I'm attacking, and then I'm going after Mills. Post up Galloway or Rucker on Mills, and I'm going to see if I can have him pick up that 5th foul. Both free throws good by Gutierrez, and we now have a tie ball game with 7 minutes to play.
Well, let's find out if you're going to be right here, Coach.
That's just me. I would attack, and personally, I would attack Mills just so I can get him out the game.
Oh, he just traveled.
Yes. But good pass, though. Good pass by Barnes, finds Rucker for the layup. Earlham gets a 2-point lead.
Well, they say it's why you play some at home and some on the road, right?
Well, I thought, because Mills was coming over, I thought Barnes was going to try to jump into him. Good hook shot by Mills over Rucker, ties the ball game right back up.
And there's
that reason why is why I would attack him.
There you go. Well, they didn't that time. You got another chance right here. I agree with you, though. Well, there you go.
He could have had it right there. Missed layup by Rucker, and we got a foul. I think it'll go on. I think it'll go on Goggins. Because, I mean, if you look at it, Mills and Gutierrez combined have 34 points and are 13 from the field.
Well, I thought that was his 5th. I thought they got
close.
him.
It got close.
There was a lot of contact there that wasn't called. That was.
In that situation alone, I'm going right back.
Yeah. Well, you know, Coach Polikoff has essentially gotten 2 free timeouts on a couple of these fouls because he'll bring those 4 players over and talk about what they want to do. And
smart.
It is very smart if you can use them.
Sanborn hits the first free throw and hits the second one. 2-point lead Earlham. He's got a nice rainbow shot. Kennedy brings it up for Franklin, finds Anderson. Screen by Mills. Goes right back to Mills down low. He's using his size. Back to that hook shot. And that's his first miss of the game.
Oh.
Sanborn gets the ball taken from him by Gutierrez. Anderson thought about the 3-point shot.
Boy, be
Mills
strong.
Setting the screen on Sanborn for Gutierrez. And you said it right. Sanborn got to be strong with that. Foul. Anderson on the shot by Jamel Barnes. And that will be Barnes' 3rd foul. Anderson will go to the line for 2 free throws, try to tie the ball game up. And you said it right. Sanborn's got to be a little stronger with that.
Yeah, you know people are coming.
One thing I was told as a player is keep the propellers up. Keep the elbows up. Don't nobody come near the elbows.
Because, well, the first thing is you don't trust those guards. I mean, they're always sneaking around trying to steal stuff.
Yes.
And, you know, they run around and little guys like that. Ugh.
We got a timeout on the floor, I think, by Franklin. Tie ball game, 64-64. 5:46 to go on the Wesley Base Wealth Management scoreboard, and we'll be right back.
Summit Computer Systems is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware service, support, design services, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and more. Summit Computers, 1427 Chester Boulevard in Richmond. Give them a call at 939-2120.
Welcome back to the Athletic Wellness Center, Earlham College basketball. Tie ball game with 5:46 to go. Earlham has the ball, bringing it up court. Bonin bringing it up, being guarded by Kennedy. We got Daryl Hutchinson back in the ball game. And they're trying to find Rucker. They want to attack Mills, knowing he has 4 fouls. Barnes has it on the corner, trying to post up Rucker. Good pass over the top, finds Hutchinson at the top of the key. Misses. Rucker gets the rebound.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you heard the fan get it back to him. Yeah, throw it in there.
Yeah, give it to the man. Trying to do a high-low. Yeah, tough pass by Hutchinson. It gets stolen by Kennedy. Got to throw that one a little bit higher and a little bit further. Mills down low. Misses the layup. Rebound by Sanborn. Barnes brings it up for the Quakers. You hear these fans. Daryl Hutchinson at the top of the key. Finds Bonin. Sanborn trying to find Barnes. And Barnes will take Gutierrez and gets the layup to go. Hell of a drive by Barnes right there. Gives the lead back to the Quakers, 66-64. Matt Cross finds Gutierrez for the open three. Gutierrez shorts it, but rebound by Kennedy. Blocked by Rucker, but rebound by Mills. Finds Anderson. Gutierrez feeds Mills in the post. Barnes helping out Sanborn. Finds Matt Cross. And foul by Daryl Hutchinson. And we'll send Cross to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
Yeah, I think Daryl will read that better next time, because every time that Krause gets the basketball and he does that little head fake, which way does he go? Always goes to the right.
Yes.
So Daryl just slide over a little bit, make him go to the left, because he either will not go that way or he's going to pass it.
But that, as a defender, those are moves you read as he does it throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
As you said, he's done it throughout the whole game, so those are tendencies as a defender you have to pick up on your man. Krause hits the first free throw.
You know, a lot of times you'll see players on the bench who really don't pay as much attention in the game. Not saying that Daryl doesn't, but they don't see some of these things that you can learn. And if you get in the game, you know maybe this guy goes left or he goes right.
Yeah, well, I mean, good ball players pick up on their opponent's tendencies. You try to pick them up when you're watching film on them, but also in game while you're guarding them, you pick it up. While you're on the bench, you try to learn. Sanborn out on the wing finds Barnes. He'll bring it up top. Looking for Galloway in the post, trying to go that high-low offense. Sanborn will drive, find Hutchinson, finds Bonnet in the corner. Quick three. Off the mark, rebound by Mills. And Gutierrez will bring it up for the Grizzlies. Find Anderson. Screen by Krause. Anderson with the drive, finds Mills. And he will get fouled.
I'm a little curious why Mills tried to take that to the other side.
And I'm curious why Earlham fouled him. I'd let him shoot the reverse.
You know, I think maybe Earlham was caught off guard, too, that he ended up on the left.
Foul goes to Sanborn. Mills will go to the free throw line for two. But you're right. I thought he could have just easily taken it up strong.
Yeah.
But he tried to go to reverse. And if I'm Earlham, you know what? I'll let you shoot that. Mills misses the first free throw. He makes the second one to give Franklin a 1-point lead with 3:19 to go in the game. And if you're Polyakov, how much time do you give before you put Phillips back in the game?
I thought he'd be back by now, you know, because they've actually given him more than what I thought would be 3 minutes, because it was well over 6 when he went out.
And I think the production he's provided the second half, you almost have to have him in.
Yeah.
Out of bounds by Hutchinson. Barnes thought he was going to cut to the basket. Hutchinson faded out to the mid-ranger a little too much. And the ball goes out of bounds, and we have a turnover by Earlham, and Rucker will come back into the game for Galloway.
Yeah, I think if you have Rucker back in, you got Phillips back in. Phillips has been doing most of the rebounding duties, and looking at 2 and 1 opportunities, and
the defense he plays.
Yeah, so I'm a little surprised he's not in.
Me too. Gutierrez on the drive, trying to take Barnes. Mid-range shot off, but put back by Mills. That's a great putback right there.
Yeah, great tip.
Got to give him that. And that will push Franklin's lead to 3. Barnes will take the 3, and good response by Jamel Barnes. And now we have a tie ball game once again. Kennedy on the wing. They're trying to find Mills in the post. Kennedy off the screen, trying to look for Mills, and nearly out of bounds, but Rucker has him trapped in the corner. He goes baseline.
Wow. Nice move.
See, at that moment, I thought Darryl should have stepped up on the baseline help.
Yep.
Rucker pushed him to the baseline. At that point, that's where Darryl has to step up, cut off the drive, and have backside help on the defense. We have a foul on Anderson.
Coach Prather, though, thought it was an offensive foul, and he may have seen a little bit of arm extension there on Earlham's Jamel Barnes.
And Coach Polykoff just pulled Darryl to the side. I think he was telling him the same thing. You have to step up on that drive.
Yeah. Well, that play it wasn't really executed well from the very beginning.
Barnes for the first free throw is good. It wasn't well executed, but if you got a baseline drive and you don't see no help stepping up,
yeah,
that's what you want.
Got to go do it.
Barnes, one more free throw. We'll try to tie this ball game up. 1:47 to go. And Barnes hits it. I'm still really surprised they didn't put Phillips back in.
Yep. Well, here now.
Oh, now
here he comes.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Maybe not.
They moved him to the end of the bench
Gutierrez
anyway.
with the tough drive. He gets the layup to go to put Franklin back up 2. And Gutierrez now has 20 points in the game to lead all scorers. Sanborn off doing the give and go. Oh, I thought Bonnet had the shot.
Well, it was inside the line.
True,
he didn't shoot anything inside the line.
I want the mid-range. Sanborn finds Bonnet. Pump fake. Finds Sanborn in the corner for the 3. And
wow.
Good God. And we got a timeout. Got a timeout by Franklin. Coach Prater is steaming at the ref. Felt like his team got the ball inbounds, but 74-73 on the Westview Baseball Management scoreboard, and we will be right back.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Welcome back to the Athletic Wellness Center. Earlham up 1 off that huge Sanborn 3. That is his 3rd three-pointer in the game, and all in the second half. We have 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining, and if you're Earlham, how do you play this defensive possession?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You're going to help side now.
Yes.
I think after that timeout, if again Franklin is able to work it into the half court, because you know as well as I do, if I'm Franklin, I'm thinking Mills.
I'm thinking Mills, and then I'm thinking Gutierrez,
yeah.
The 2 main scorers. You know one of those 2 is going to take the shot, but I'm with you. If I'm Earlham, I'm thinking they're going to try to feed Mills. And I think this is where you miss a guy like Connor using his size. And if I'm Earlham, I'm playing the inbound post pass to Mills. I think that's where Franklin is going to go. But you also can't lose your sight on Gutierrez because he's also been killing today as well.
Well, work inside out.
Yes.
We'll do that and see if that, of course, now here the Quakers, they come back with Phillips. They also come back with Galloway, gives them a little length, more athleticism, and they're going to press.
Trying to take Gutierrez away. Anderson brings it up for Franklin, and we are at 1 minute to go in the ball game. Morris guarded by Hutchinson, getting the screen by Mills. Still up top, trying to find Gutierrez, but good denial defense by Phillips. He gets Gutierrez the ball, finds Matt Cross in the corner. Gutierrez gets,
And that's a 3.
I don't know about that call.
Well, let's see if they're going to give you now.
Oh.
They're watching Dare real close right there, by the way.
Oh, that is a tough call.
Yep, it's 3 shots.
That is a tough call.
Now, I'm pretty sure, listen, I'm not mistaken, that was the same guy who Prather was giving a 4 on that timeout. Remember, he was over there. And
I don't know. That's a That's a very tough call. Gutierrez misses the first free throw.
39.4 to go. He still has a chance to give the Grizzlies the lead.
Gutierrez hits the second one to tie the ball game up.
Prather's been around a long time. He's going to work that guy.
Yeah.
And you don't think maybe there's a little makeup call right there? Yeah.
If it is, that's a big makeup call.
But he was the one that got the earful.
And Gutierrez hits the third and final free throw, gives Franklin a 1-point lead, and 36 seconds to go in the ball game. Hutchinson at the wing, finds Barnes. Bonin at the top, finds Hutchinson. Trying to go to Rucker. Rucker takes it. Mills falls down, fouls Rucker, and one! Mills. That is his 5th foul of the game. Rucker gets the key and 1 bucket. Will go to the free throw line. And honestly, in that situation, if I'm Mills, no, I can't try to take that charge. I got to play him straight up.
Yeah.
With 21 seconds left, Rucker is at the free throw line to try to extend Earlham's lead by 2. Mills just fouled out for Franklin.
Well, you know what? Here's one thing about Franklin's lineup right now. They've gone bigger, but they only really have one ball handler in the lineup.
Yep.
That's Anderson, because they just took.
But their main scorer is Gutierrez. That's who they're going to go to.
Yeah.
Rucker hits the free throw. Earlham lead up by 2. We got 16 seconds to go. Cross finds Gutierrez. And an illegal screen by Matt Cross. Gives the ball back to Earlham with 13 seconds left. You think that was a makeup call?
Well, whatever it was a big call.
We have a timeout by Franklin on the 77-75, 13 seconds to go on the Wesley Bays Wealth Management and scoreboard, and we will be back.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
we got this.
Welcome back to the Athletic Wellness Center, Earlham College basketball. A lot of action just happened in the past minute. Earlham has the lead 77-75. Franklin just committed an offensive foul on illegal screen. And if you're Earlham, you have to expect a quick steal and definitely a quick foul.
Yeah, they're not going to waste a whole lot of time. Well, they don't have a whole lot of time to waste at 13.6, so they will definitely, if that ball even gets in bounds, it'll be a quick foul. Question is, who do you want Earlham to have the basketball? Blake, certainly for sure.
Yes. And they give it to him.
See, and you didn't have any choice there.
And I'm surprised Franklin let it in so easy.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of denial on that, was there? Because Bonin and Blake, they didn't even screen for Blake.
No, he just ran out. Foul by Anderson. Blake Bonin will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Try to extend this to a 2-possession game. Oh, and he misses the first one. And timeout Franklin.
Now we're going to keep it here for this timeout and remind you that today's game is being brought to you in part by Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week, you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50. Every Wednesday, the turkey breast, Thursday, the Italian BMT, and Friday, the tuna. Treat yourself at Subway, 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. After today, Quakers again will travel to Defiance coming up in just 4 days. Their next 3 contests are on the road, and as you said earlier, all winnable games. But anytime you play on the road, you just never know. So that's why this game is even bigger.
Yes. And Blake has to hit this free throw, so at least you have a 3-point game. And if you're Earlham, you know the person taking that 3-pointer is Gutierrez.
Yeah.
You have to expect that. And honestly, if Blake hits this free throw, I let them bring it up, and as soon as they cross half court, I'd foul.
Bam. Yep.
I would foul. I wouldn't even let them get a 3-point shot off.
Yeah.
As soon as they cross half court, let them take like 3 or 4 seconds off, I'd foul.
And if I'm the offensive player, though, I try to shoot it.
That's why I do it past half court.
As soon as I get across.
And Blake will hit the second free throw. Phillips will come in for the defensive portion. And Earlham is going to press. 78, 75.
Because if I get it across half court and I shoot it, I get a 4-point play.
Like, look, if I'm Phillips, I foul right now, right now.
There you go.
There you go.
See, and Gutierrez tried to shoot it. Now, Phillips went down hard, but Gutierrez did exactly what I said I would do, and as soon as he felt the whistle might be blown or the foul might have happened, he was going to launch it.
But also when you do that, it's also a judgment call because you could feel like they're fouling you, and if you shoot that and there's no whistle.
Yeah. Well, at that point, I guess I have to gamble because my worst situation then is still I'm only going to get 2 free throws here.
Well, that's why most do shoot it once they hear the whistle, but that's why most times referees don't really allow that.
That was the same guy who made the call on Darryl. That guy's making some gutsy calls down the stretch.
Yes, he is.
He's not afraid to blow that whistle.
And that was, and he misses the free throw. You see, that's a great foul right there.
Great foul.
Hell of a foul. And we have a timeout by Earlham, and we will keep it here. And what makes that foul so great now is even if he hits this free throw, you get fouled, you hit both these free throws, ice the game.
Yeah.
That's why in these situations I would try not to let them even let the 3 ball to tie the game.
Yeah.
We're going to make this a free throw battle.
Well, Earlham holds on to win. They'll go to 3-5, and really needed a win after losing their last 5. The last time that the Quakers have won a basketball game was back on December the 15th. Now, of course, you look in there was the break with Christmas and such, but from a calendar standpoint, Mount St. Joe 67-59 back on December the 15th. We're talking about almost a month without winning a game.
And if they hold on to win this one, you guarantee they'll celebrate tonight. Haven't had a win in a while. It'd be a good feeling. And it's also a good feeling going into your next game on the road.
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling that they'll celebrate. They'll be like you and me. We're going to be home watching the NFL playoffs. If I were them, I'd go home and celebrate, just watch some football.
Yeah, I mean, it's too snowy outside to be outside.
Yeah, the snow just had to come, didn't it?
It didn't matter. I was going to be inside watching the games anyway. Gutierrez will shoot the second free throw. And I was actually thinking they were going to miss on purpose. But he hits it down 2. And a foul on Franklin before the inbounds. So that will send Bond into the line.
And was that, let me ask you, was the clock at 6.1?
Yeah. He fouled before they got the pass in.
It was at 6.2? Did they, not that would make a difference, but I think the ball didn't get in bounds.
No.
So there shouldn't have been any time come off the clock. Right?
Shouldn't have.
Yeah, that's why you play some at home. You always count on the clock operator giving you a second or 2 off.
Bonner hits the first one, 79-76. All he has to do is just hit this free throw. And another timeout will be taken by Franklin.
Well, I wouldn't take this timeout until I saw whether because it doesn't matter if he hits a free throw, you're not going to do anything anyway. If he misses it, you could call the timeout right there and set something up. But why call a timeout right now when if he hits it ain't going to matter anyway because Earlham's going to let you go on down the floor and it doesn't matter whether you shoot a 3 or not.
Maybe his thinking is you take this timeout now, you set up your play. But if they miss, it doesn't give Earlham a chance to set up their defense. Kind of like a scramble play.
Yeah.
Because if you call timeout after a rebound, you give Earlham a chance to set up their defense. So that's maybe the reason I can see him taking this timeout.
Well, Blake will stop all of this.
If he hits the free throw.
If he hits a free throw. Then you won't have to worry about it. By the way, if you're paying attention to the NFL playoffs, the first game is underway. Kansas City now leading Indianapolis 13-0 in the first quarter. I look at that Kansas City. You picked the Chiefs earlier. I just don't know how you stop that offense. Now, Colts have a very good defense, but the way that Mahomes is throwing the ball around.
Yeah. I don't know how you slow that team down. Bonin, one more free throw. Could ice the game. And he misses. This is why he called the timeout. Cross brings it up. Crossover. Oh, good foul,
there
though.
You go.
That's actually a hell of a foul by Blake right there. Smart player.
Yeah. 1.9 to go as well.
So what I would expect from Franklin is he'll hit the first one, and then he will intentionally miss the second one.
But you better have that thing bang off that rim pretty hard.
Yes.
Because you have, well, right now you're only using the one rebounder. But these three guys on top are going to fly in on that second one unless they take position. Well, Gutierrez is going to take position now.
They bringing the bigs in. And I tell you what, that was a smart foul by Blake.
You know, this isn't an easy thing to do a lot of times. Not an easy thing to do when you shoot this and try to miss it. Because you got to get a really good bounce off this.
Yeah.
And it's got to hit the rim, too, by the way. And it did.
There you go.
Well, Quakers win it. It wasn't easy.
It was not.
And at times it wasn't pretty either, but the Quakers, who built an early lead, let it get away, fell down in double digits. They come back. It was this stretch, I think, when you saw the shooting of Thomas Sanborn. When he hit a couple of those threes, they really started to roll after that. And
even before that, I thought those and ones by Phillips is what really kept them close.
Yeah. Phillips, Sanborn, a couple of big threes, and then, of course, Blake Bonin hit a couple of big threes, too. But, well, the Quakers pick up the win, 79-77, as we said earlier. They are now 3-5 in the conference. Franklin will fall to 2-6. Quakers will be on the road in the next 3 games. They'll travel to Defiance on January 16th, Manchester January 19th, and Bluffton on January the 23rd. We will not be back here until they play a very good Anderson team on January 26th. They're going to get Anderson and Transylvania back-to-back, 2 of the leaders, top teams in the conference in their next 2 home games at the end of this month.
And that will say a lot about where they will be at the end of it.
Exactly. All right. Enjoy NFL football, okay?
You as well.
All right. Thanks for being with us. Final score, Earlham 79, Franklin 77. Thanks for being with us. This has been Earlham Men's Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.